Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Healing Channel, where healing is not a momentary process, it's a journey. Today, the person I will be interviewing is you. I want to talk to you, my listeners, about validation in healing. Validation has a few meanings. Validation means checking or proving the accuracy of, declaring something acceptable in legal or official terms, or giving worthiness or affirmation to a person or their feelings or opinions being considered worthwhile. In this episode, I want to know, whom do we seek validation from? Why do we seek their validation? Is there anything they can do or not do that influences our decision to give them this validating platform? I want to hear from you, the viewers. Healing is not a momentary process. It's a journey. Who do I seek validation from? I seek validation from those I am close to. I seek for them to understand me and my honesty enough that my words and actions hold weight with them, that they trust in the combination of words and actions that demonstrate my character. I want them to believe that I can handle their responses, good or bad. I want their viewpoint, opinions, and trust. I want them to know that their laughs and sorrows are both safe with me as mine should be with them. I want them to not uplift me in my face, but also when I'm away, or if they are talked to or questioned about who I am. My feelings, my opinions, and my truth should matter and be a reflection of what I demonstrate. And when people prove to me that they are no longer worthy to be a pillar of validating me, I remove them. Whether it be from a space I allowed or altogether, I'll let the currents determine it. I want to talk about a time where I had a friend, or I have a friend because we're still friends. His name is Derek Henderson with an A. We went to high school together. And I remember years ago when him and his wife was first married, somewhere around that time frame. And some female had put a comment on his post on Facebook. And it could be misconstrued or read wrong. Next thing you know, it was gone. And then he put up a status that said, and I'm paraphrasing, that he valued his wife and that he didn't want anything on his wall to reflect on him or her that led people to think there were anything else going on. He was loyal and devoted to his wife. So if that person meant no harm, then he understands. But if they did, let this be the warning. And he said anybody else that will follow suit will be blocked immediately. And I love that he did that because he validated his wife. He said, no, I don't need anything to be misconstrued or misread on my status to make anybody think I'm doing anything or that there are any breakups or disconnects between my wife and I. And I love that he did that. Validation in healing. Healing is not a momentary process. It's a journey. I was once married. I have friends that have been married for years and family. I have friends that have been married, divorced, and then remarried each other. And out of all these friends and family, I do have conversations, open conversations where we talk about things. And one of them is in reference to validation in healing. We may not use those terms, but that's what it is. I ask questions, they ask questions, and we get clarity and understanding, and it's important. Again, I was married. I'm not married now, but in my marriage, it wasn't poor me and he did all of this and that, but I learned a lot about myself. In that marriage, I knew in that marriage that he needed to validate me and I had to validate him. He needed to feel like his opinions and his thoughts were important to me as mine did to him. And I can use an example in that when I feel like my husband or my ex-husband validated me, even if he doesn't even know that's what he did. So it was one time he wanted to go somewhere and I didn't have anything to wear and I really didn't want to go anyway. If you know me, I'm a homebody. And he said, yeah, let's go this place. And he had already picked out an outfit for me, or he said he bought an outfit for me. And we were living in Germany at the time. And I was like, there is no way he picked out an outfit that's going to look good on me. There is no way, with my little body differences in the bust area, the butt area, the legs, and all of that stuff. So I was just like, whatever. So I get this outfit, and it's a one piece. And when I say that he picked an outfit that fit me completely, it covered and it accentuated the areas that needed to. I was just so thrown by the fact that he paid that much attention to me, that he knew how to pick out an outfit that I would not only like, but that I would love. And for me, it was validating. It was validating that my body mattered to him, and that my thought process on my own body mattered to him as much as it did to me. And that was something that I will always treasure. Of course, we're not married today, but still, that was something in my marriage that really meant a lot to me, and it validated me. So I want you guys to think about your relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's a marriage, or whether you're a fiance or just dating. What's something that you have done to validate your significant other or your friend, and what's something that they have done to validate you? I'll let that marinate as we listen to a poem titled Best Parts by Forever Creations, LLC. I don't really like fighting with you. Tired of fighting for you. Seems that I'm always peering through broken glasses and an obscured vision, seeing things that twinkle in the night dwindle in the day. Love continues to fade. Told to be patient, keep looking as if the missing pieces are waiting to be discovered. So I keep living, peaceful in my broken pieces, content in my complete. My feet meet sharp edges and I bandage bruises. I wrap heartache. I stitch dreams and sweep evidence the temps of tempting window panes. I walk right into glass appearing to be open doors, cracking images of self that I've worked so hard to repair. I'm running out of makeup, allowing late apologies, being an afterthought, a rebounded battering ram. My reflection isn't the same. My reflex has changed. I'm quicker on my feet, playing musical chairs I left. Standing on my own, fighting urges I can't stay, I can't stand. Fighting with, for my place when I own the property. I've allowed enough renters to damage what they have no connection to, no stakes in keeping, escaping their understanding, oblivious to beauty of it all. The best parts of me. I want to deal with people who want to learn me, whether it be from my sharing or paying attention to me, and talk to me from that standpoint. I want to learn the details that make you, you. I want to learn when you want to be left alone and given space, or when you want to talk. Liars hide shit, period. People who are not used to a real and deep connection tense up, and I respect that. Time tells, and I learn a lot. I question for clarity because it gives me insight into learning you. And if you don't want that, then I'm not the friend or the woman for you. I don't want someone who want to change me, but embrace me. And know that communication brings about necessary growth and change if need be. I want to share something. A few years back, my women's professional football coach, Tony Blankenship of the Detroit Demolition, said something about me on the podcast that he was on.
Did you have any particular players you'd be like, oh, look, she could have played at Murray, or she could have played?
That's the truth, man. I was just talking to a buddy of mine, Sean Alexander, and you know Sean. We had some girls. I had a girl named Jody Menzie, and Jody was a defensive back. And I'll never forget, Dame, I'm going through drills, DB drills, and I'm doing my regular just backpedal and press and drive, backpedal hip turn and drive, backpedal angle turn and drive. She was flawless. She was better than any kid I had ever coached.
Wow.
To that time. She was that good, and she was that special, and it was easy for her. It was flawless for her. She was that good of an athlete.
And it meant the world to me. He validated me. Yes, it was something I needed during my career. And although I got it from a few others and I felt great about myself, I never knew he did. It was I was my biggest critic and always sought perfection and to get better. I wanted to please myself, my teammates with my contribution, and him because I thought the world of his coaching. The way he kept us together, knew where to position us. He was so articulate in interviews, oh my God, and passionate about the game and how we performed. He got the best of the best out of around 70 women. Man, that spoke volumes, and I carried that with me into my next phases and chapters of life. I wish I knew he thought this way earlier. So I ask you, who are you seeking validation from? Because some would do that just enough to keep us where they want us. Some people love that I'm single. I know that. I see it all the time. Because it gives them space and time they don't want to lose. My availability would change, and that worries them. They've grown comfortable with my open solitude. So my space and time is valid as long as their expectations, thoughts, projections, and whatever else makes them appreciate the me they now have is given. Because when and if that changes, I'll let you finish the rest. Cliffhanger, huh? Not really. You know how you can finish that. So, whatever you want to say, you can share your responses or any of your thoughts by commenting on my YouTube channel under this episode, or feel free to email me at forevercreationsllc@gmail.com. You can remain anonymous if you'd like. You may find your question or scenario on an episode of the Healing Channel. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for exclusive content like this full video. And where you leave feedback, you can get responses. Like and share. You never know, this may reach who it needs to. Until next time, I'll end it with a piece by Forever Creations LLC titled Living Through Hope. You may want to rewind and listen to this a few times. See you next Thursday for another edition of the Healing Channel, where healing is not a momentary process, it's a journey. This your girl Sag. I'll see you next week. Peace. Master said if I's be good, he gonna give me my freedom. So I save every little penny I get. But every time he says he gonna give it to me, I get some more welts cross my back, or I have to lay down again when the missus ain't here. But I keep a hoping. I done kept my mouth closed when Master and his friends talking, but they's act like I ain't even there. I heard Master say I's be a ripe old thing. I's got scared. He even let Mr. John Luke kiss me on my neck. I's dropped the brandy, and Mr. John Luke done kicked me in my stomach. I's hurting real bad, but I's keep a hoping. The missus done told Master she thinks he's been bedding me. I's heard him call me all kinds of names, even slap my eye blue to prove to her. I's understand though, 'cause late at night, he's come a crawling back in my bed, promising me my freedom, so I's keep hoping. It's been a few years now, and I done gave birth to a few of Master's kids. He done sent my little boy to Mr. John Luke. He let me keep my little girls near. I's keep asking about my freedom. He says, "Ain't I done told you, gal?" But Master getting older and older. He ain't thinking the same. The missus done had her eye on me for a long time now, but I's keep hoping. I's been here about 15 years now, and I's think I done saved up enough money. I's done kept an eye on my boy and watched the whippings he done took. Mr. John Luke done took all his anger out on my boy. Now he looking at my girls. I's taught them to be good girls. Separate yourself from the field no matter how connected you feel. They's gonna talk about you anyway. They don't understand what we's dealt with here. We's done fed Master babies and ours. We done took all types of physical abuse, and from what we have to hear each day, we's done got enough mental abuse too. But they's think 'cause our hands ain't as dirty as theirs that we doing just fine. Having to watch Master's children learn to read and write, play instruments, and shame us just like Master, even though we's done took care of them. We's done watched them grow to be just like Master and Missus. days forgot how much they used to love us. All I can think about is what Massa promised, and eyes keep hoping. Today I heard the missus crying. I walked in the room and saw Massa laying in the bed. His face was pale and his eyes were all withdrawn like somebody done sucked up all his air. He wasn't moving or talking much. I asked her if I could do something to help, and she just turned and looked at me. She just stared. She said Massa was about to die. I was almost passed out. I had to catch myself and breathe again. I asked her if I could have a word with Massa. She just got up and walked out. I went and sat in the chair next to Massa's bed. I got real close and whispered real low, "Massa, can you hear me?" I didn't want nobody to hear what I was about to say. "Massa?" He opened his eyes and looked at me. He looked so weak and needy. "Massa, the missus said you was about to die. I know this a bad time, but I don't know no other time. Remember you said I was gonna get my freedom? I just want to know if I'ma get it now, before you's not here no more." Massa looked up at me and what I saw scared me. He looked me right in my eyes and said, "Ain't no freedom. I's never been no freedom. And there never will be. Not for you, not for them field monkeys, not for them kids. None of y'all will ever see freedom." I thought about my children. I thought about all these years and all I done lost. I thought about all this money that I saved for nothing. I thought about my people and that I didn't really know them and they me. I thought about all the devotion and concern I was forced to give them children of his and how they didn't care. I got so mad I snatched that pillow from under his head and I put it over his face. I pushed and pushed. The madder I got, the harder I pushed. He was too weak to fight. He was too weak to fight. And at that moment, I understood. All these years, we've been too weak to fight, broken down mentally and physically, and we've been too weak to fight. I was hurrying and stuffed the pillow under his head and yelled for the missus, "Come quick!" I yelled, "Massa, oh Lord, Massa!" She came a pounding the door, and I moved as she was taking her place. She asked me what happens. I told her with an expressionless face. He just said I earned my freedom. As I walked out that room, I thought to myself, I don't have to hope no more. I done waiting on him. I